ability to 3D print sculptures is just awesome. In order to see the statues for real, you would have to travel around the world. But now you can print real sculptures from around the world and not as simplified anthropomorphic figures downloaded from Thingiverse. Oh shit. Well, if you want to do 3D printing of sculptures and statues, probably most reasonable question you can ask where to start. First, where can you get all those models? There's an amazing project called Scan the World on My Mini Factory website. They digitally scan sculptures in museums or parks or wherever places, fix them and upload for free. You can, if you're good in 3D, 3D modeling and 3D sculpting, you can help them with cleanup process and digital restoration process. Although if you're good at 3D sculpting, you probably do not need to watch this video. Anyway, amazing projects, links will be in description. Yet, another challenge is going to be nature of organic shapes. They are one of the most difficult ones to print. So starting from something like that, which is the most complex shape I have ever printed, it's not a wise idea. If you look at my earlier videos, you'll find out that once you've done all of the supports, cleaning them up, especially without breaking delicate parts like fingers in this case, is a nightmare. Be ready for that. The next point is hardware you use. Sculpture like this and this was printed on my custom built Delta 3D printer, which was a monster, but it was an absolute nightmare to keep it running. Great results, not friendly machine. But sculptures like this one and a few others are printed on Common Garden Creality Ender 3, so you can do stuff like that even on a $200 machine. There are two consumables which you better to sacrifice a lot. One is material. If something goes wrong, all of this plastic is thrown out. In this case, because upper figure arm is outstretched, the support tower for this arm failed. There was no reason to keep printing because this part of sculpture just would not be printed, so I had to interrupt it. All of this material is gone. Another consumable you have to consider is time. It took over 40 hours to print this absolutely wonderful sculpture on 0.2mm layers. Super duper awesome results, but we talk about as near as making a difference 2 days. But if you still want to start and looking for a shape which would be a little bit more advanced than that one, go to My Mini Factory. I will be posting a link underneath, and find this sculpture. It turns out unbelievably easy to print. It's maybe a far cry from Amor and Saiche, but it is a sculpture and a complex project nonetheless. The great thing about this one is that it requires absolutely minimal support, a little bit underneath the groin and under the chin. That's it. The cleanup process will take 10 seconds maximum. Next thing, if we compare sizes, this one's significantly bigger, but it took only 15 hours to print it. The way I achieved it is I cheated, and instead of making sculpture hollow, I made it zero infill. My wall thickness is 1.2 millimeter on 0.4 millimeter nozzle. If I would make it properly hollow, the software would set up supports, let's say underneath the shoulder or underneath the top of the head, which would in this case run all the way down to the model, but I don't have any. All that I've done is set zero infill, so it is completely hollow. And Anycubic Predator was able to print it, as you can see, without any artifacts on the top surfaces. That represents a huge saving in time. Another thing what I've done with this printer, I wanted to max out my Anycubic Predator, and if you look carefully, top of his head is actually not on the center line of the model. So one of the diagonal arms was constantly hitting end stop around this area. Thankfully it did not interrupt the print and finish it without problem, because that would be highly annoying. It took only, as I said, it took only 15 hours to print. It's a little bit strange figure. It does look like he has a scoliosis or something, but it's still awesome. It's a true sculpture and an amazing shape that you can try with minimal risks to your equipment, to supply of your filament, or to your time, especially if you're going to print in a smaller scale. So I urge you to visit website My Manufactory. They have amazing models there. If you can help them, go ahead, that would be awesome. See if you can print this one, see how it goes. That's a good start. Once you get experience with that one, I'm planning to print more advanced sculptures, and I'm entertaining idea of printing hollow sculptures without infill, just to save on time and material. But even now my estimated time prints of my projects is about 3 to 5 days. So yeah, I will keep working on this, and there will be more videos about introduction into sculpture printing with way more technical details. We will go through the process of preparing sculptures for printing together, and hopefully you will be able to start printing those amazing shapes by yourself and have fun with that. Thank you.